guys, and welcome to WBC. Today I'm joined by the Curate of Abbots Langley, St Lawrence's Church. David, hi.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I went onto my social media and I asked some people some questions of what they would like to ask you.
Right.
So the first one was from Twitter, and it says, so what does your job as a curate consist of exactly?
A curate is an assistant in a parish, so the vicar is part of her job is to train me. So this is my first job. I've been here 14 months. I was ordained deacon and priest after 3 years at college. My daily job, if you like, is very varied. There are 2 services every day in church, so I say morning and evening prayer each day at the beginning and end, but everything between those 2 can be different. As an example for today, I was here first thing this morning, then we had coffee in church with various people coming in, so I was talking to people. I went home, made some phone calls, answered some emails. Then I've been out visiting people to prepare for a family funeral.
Yeah.
I've been involved in talking then to various other people to arrange that service. And then I'm here now. And then this evening, after reading prayer, I've got another meeting with one of our committees that help to run the church.
Sounds
But
good.
every day is very different.
So it's never a boring job then.
Well, there's an old joke about church being vicars working 2 hours a week on a Sunday morning, and obviously that's primarily when people might see us on a Sunday. But this is a full-time job, and we only actually have 1 day off a week.
Wow.
So there's something going on virtually all the time.
So what led you to decide to work as a curate?
My father's a priest, so I grew up in a vicarage, and I grew up alongside all of this. I grew up alongside church. Various routes. I read history at university, and I became very interested in pursuing my vocation. I felt I had a vocation to be ordained, and I ended up working at St Albans Cathedral for a year. Supposedly for a year, I stayed for 7. And while I was worshipping there, I worked actually for Thameslink and then First Capital Connect for the railway, while I was pursuing all of that, and then I went back to college. It's a very steady, some people talk about a flash of lightning, some people have very definite moments when they think God's called them or that they've been struck by wanting to do this. I have to say I haven't got that, but I had a slow and sort of persistent calling and encouragement to come this way. And actually I have to say, as well as feeling God calling you, a lot of it, as with all jobs, a lot of it depends on other people encouraging you, and lots of us end up in jobs that other people have encouraged us into, that they're themselves in. That's certainly the case for me. I have a lot of very good friends who are clergy, and their encouragement was part of it.
Some people were a bit interested in what your views on social media and crazes on the internet. Have you heard of the craze, the ice bucket challenge by any chance?
Yeah. I'm dreading it coming my way. I'm quite up on social media. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and I think both of those are very, very good and very useful things for people staying in touch, and clearly can do tremendous good. And if these crazes sort of raise money and raise awareness, that's a good thing. I mean, I think the downside of it is, and it's been in the news today about an accident happening that they're putting down to someone being encouraged to do. Now, those things are deeply regrettable, and I think, as with everything, social media has to be used responsibly, and people need to be really quite careful about what you choose to do, because as there can be peer pressure on the playground and in workplaces, there can be peer pressure on social media, and that's my only hesitation.
Yeah. So what's your views on cyberbullying then?
I do a lot of work, as part of my job I do a lot of work in schools, and it is undoubtedly a problem in some places with some people, and I have to say, not just, I think my experience and the experience I've heard of is not just among the children, but among parents sometimes as well.
Yeah.
As always, we're running to catch up with, once something is established like Facebook, then all these sort of problems come afterwards, and you run to keep up with them and to sort them out. I think people just have to be responsible, and I know folk tend to think, or there is a tendency that if it's on the internet or if it's on a Facebook site or whatever, that there are no consequences to it. And of course there are, and we're seeing that is happening increasingly. And I think, you know, if you wouldn't say it out loud in company, you probably shouldn't put it on Facebook.
Correct. Yeah, that's some very, very good advice there. Yeah. David, it's been great talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Please subscribe below and comment. And thanks for the interview.